Hello folks, welcome back. So what we have here are arguably the two best flip phones in the market in my opinion. So Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 and the Moto RAZR 40 Ultra, or in some places called as RAZR Plus. So which one of these are best to consider and which one to avoid? How different they are? Let's find out. So without further ado, here we go. So, to start things up, let's start with the box contents itself. So, what you get with the box. So, starting with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4, the unboxing experience, or shall I just say shortcomings, as you can just see, you just get a USB Type C charging cable and some paperwork. That's all, just bare bones with the phone. As far as with Razer, you get a fast charger. Yes, you get a fast charger. You're watching Samsung? USB Type B to C, and you also get a clear hard case, which is always handy. So you get a proper starter pack to get you going on the Razr. As I feel as a consumer paying top dollar, I would expect these things. Now let's talk about the actual phone itself. Now if we hold both phones on top of each other, we can actually see both have a side mounted fingerprint sensor and both have similar placement for USB Type C. Both have bottom firing speakers, and when you look into that side ways, you can actually see Razer shuts flat without any gaps. However, Samsung Galaxy Flip 4 has a huge gap. So if you look very closely, you can actually see there is a huge gap when you close Z Flip 4. And as far as the thickness is concerned, Samsung is definitely thicker than the Moto RAZR. And looking at the dimensions in height and width, Razer is bigger in footprint than the Galaxy Flip 4. Now let's talk about the displays for both phones. Samsung has a very tiny 1.9 inches of front display. Razer has a 3.9 inches of outer display. Both phones have got two front cameras, and the rest of the body of the Samsung is a glass display which is covered by the Gorilla Glass Victus versus the leather back which you get with the Razer. As far as the leather back is concerned, the Razer comes with three different colors. Only the magenta red is the only one which actually comes with the leather back. The rest of the other two, they come with the glass back. Personally, I prefer the leather back on the Razer, mainly due to its feeling absolutely premium and also adds a bit more grip. It has got no issues of fingerprint, magnet or slipping out of the hand. And when you open up both screens, that's how they look. Samsung has a 6.7 inch AMOLED display, whereas the Razer has got a 6.9 inches of LTPO AMOLED display. So when you open both up, that's how thin both of them look. As you can see, Razer has a thinner profile compared to the Z Flip 4, and both sit absolutely flush 180 degrees when opened. You can still see crease in both, but Flip 4's crease is more deeper. As far as the processor is concerned, both have a Snapdragon 8 plus 1 Gen processor along with the 8 gig of RAM, and with that you get 120 Hz of refresh rate with the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4, whereas you get 144 Hz refresh rate with the Moto RAZR. Honestly, 120 versus 144, I personally don't see a huge difference. So both work very fast without any lags whatsoever. Razer gives you a stock Android experience versus the One UI which you get with the Samsung. Both phones perform identical in my usage. Since Moto works on a stockish Android UI, they don't have much bloatware. However, Samsung has got this issue for some time. They have got duplications of apps, like Samsung version of the app and the Google version of the app, which is sometimes annoying. What's the point of talking about a flip or a fold phone if you don't mention about the crease? Well, both of these have creases in the middle. Razer's crease is definitely visible, but not very deep, and you can actually feel it when you run your fingers through that, but not too deep. However, in Flip 4, the crease is very deep, and no matter whatever angle you look at it, you can actually feel and see the crease. The biggest star attraction in RAZR is definitely the outer 3.9-inch screen. When you compare to the tiny 1.9-inch screen, which is not too much of a use. As you can see, you can pretty much do very basic stuff like see a notification, some built-in widgets like calendar, weather, music, just to glance. But in RAZR, since it's got a much bigger screen, you can actually do quite a lot of things with the bigger outer display. This too, like the Flip 4, has got a weather widget, calendar, and you can also play some basic games. And most important, you can also add any apps what you want to use it in your outer screen, whether it is WhatsApp or Gmail or YouTube, banking apps, etc. For example, if you want to watch YouTube, you can actually watch it directly from the outer display, or for example, maps, for instance. So from outer screen, you can actually access the control panel. But in Samsung, you just don't get anything like that. You can only glance at the notification, and to reply, for example, to Gmail and things like that, you need to open the phone to do so. When it comes to the camera, both look kind of identical in outdoor pictures. Just to show indoors with the subject, looks like the RAZR opens the camera up quicker. So looking at how it focuses on a subject, I felt Moto RAZR was quicker to take the picture. Now looking at both pictures, I feel I like the picture taken from the Moto RAZR as it's true to life. Samsung has done a weird kind of a blue tint to the picture. When you zoom in the Moto RAZR, it shows more detail about the subject. Now talking about the speakers, let's see how they perform and which one sounds better. I feel both are decent, but I'm slightly leaning towards Samsung in speaker quality as it sounds slightly better than the RAZR. So, to conclude, both the phones are good, fast, snappy. However, in my daily usage, RAZR battery seems to last a bit longer. It's just purely because they have got slightly a bigger milliamp hour battery capacity compared to what you get with the Flip 4. And also, what lets Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 down is the minuscule 1.9-inch of tiny front display and the deep crease in the center when opened, which are to be rectified in the next iteration, which is probably coming up at the end of this month, which is the Galaxy Z Flip 5, which will obviously have Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, which will enhance the battery life of the Z Flip 5 and also get a bigger screen, but not as bigger the RAZR Plus. As we stand, Moto RAZR 40 Ultra, or the RAZR Plus as we call in different regions, is far better due to the bigger outer display and less pronounced crease in the inner screen, better battery life, and you get a stockish Android experience, which without much bloatware, everything works absolutely fine. So in my opinion, comparing these two at this moment, I would say Moto RAZR wins hands down. And in my opinion, at this moment again, this Moto RAZR is by far the best flip phone available at the market. If you like my video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot to me. And until next time, take care and stay safe. Thank you. Bye.